Hello, YouTube. I am back. I'm actually really pissed off because I filmed this video, and then in the middle of it, when I was actually having a good point in my video, it was like, your iPhone storage is full. And I'm just like, I know I don't have fucking storage, but like, I was 6 minutes in. But anyways, welcome back, because as you're seeing this now, you would have not seen my draft, so let's be nice. Some people, or maybe no people, are wondering why I haven't posted, and it's very much a mix of I'm busy to I'm not busy. Like, genuinely. Like, I've been the most busy and, like, unbusy in, honestly, like, all of my life, because I don't do sports. I don't really do that much, honestly, and it sounds really bad, but I promise I do stuff, just, like, I'm not, like, this holy, like master of, like, extracurriculars, at least, like, or, I don't know, you get the point. But where we left off, I forgot what video I made, but all I know is that around the time I posted a video, I went to New York, and this is going to sound very cliche, but every single person that goes to New York is like, oh my god, New York is life-changing. But, like, for me, it genuinely was. Whenever I travel, it's very much like I stay with my area, like Arizona, Nevada, or I go to Florida, or I go to random ass, like, tropical places. But New York was very much like out of my comfort zone, which that's why I loved it so much. And it was just so many things that I haven't seen and experienced before that I never knew that I would really love and enjoy in a place. Like, even though, like, there's honestly, like, criminals everywhere, but I loved it. There's no other words. I don't know how to describe this love for New York. Besides that, I want to go back to New York, maybe next year, maybe even this year. I don't know, though. I don't think that would happen. But anyways, this video is going to be talking about, like, what I've learned with these months, more like December, January, even maybe, like, November. But just, like, talking about me, but also making it in the way of, like, it can help everyone. Because I'm not just gonna have a whole video of me fucking talking about myself, being like, hey guys, so let's watch a video of Nevaeh talking about herself. Like, no, I promise you, I'm making good points, and I will give advice that is beautiful and helpful. And if there's any videos that I should make, or things that I should talk about that you're in need of getting advice from me, you can always tell me in the comments, or send me a message saying, like, hey Nevaeh, I really don't want to comment this on public, but, like, I really need help with something. I will totally do that in a jiffy. But anyways, what have I done? It was Christmas. Christmas was good. Let's see. I'm, like, really trying to think. I got a new guitar. Here she is. I promise you, I'm not trying to make this about myself, but got a new guitar. Something that I also, oh my god, I don't even know what I'm saying. Whatever I'm about to talk about now, I'm going to talk about it when I get to my whole spiel of that. But right now, I had this whole idea when I was at work today, because I just felt like it was so good to bring up. I don't really care what people think of me anymore. I used to be not used to, but I was very political when I was in middle school. Like, I was always posting about conflict that would happen in the world, because I wanted to be aware. As much as it would scare me, I wanted to be very aware. And I was very comfortable with using pronouns like she, they, because I was comfortable with myself at the time, but then people made me not be comfortable, and just situations and life, honestly. But the thing with the whole she, they thing is, like, I always wanted that. It's just I never really made it a big deal, because I thought people would look at me differently or hate me, even though every single fucking person knows I'm gay. But, like, the whole pronoun thing is a whole, like, thing that people are iffy about, because they're all like, oh my god, people are too woke. But it's like, it's honestly people's comfortability. It's not even like, oh, they're woke. It's just comfortability. It's like, what do you, like, you learn it in English. Like, it's just, but yeah, in short terms, that's what I'm comfortable with. Thank you. But anyways, I was on the whole spiel of, I don't really care what people think about me anymore. I don't care if people think that my views are too weird or wrong. Like, this is gonna sound really weird when there is many wrong answers in what to believe in our society and what to believe in history, but there's no wrong answer to beliefs. Like, you can believe anything you want to. There's no right answer. And lots of people think that there's right answers because that's what they believe and they want other people to believe it. But there's no right answer. There's no, you need to be a Republican, you need to be a liberal, you need to be a Christian, you need to be an atheist. Like, you don't need to do any of that. You have to stop and think about what you believe and not let others influence that, because I know I definitely let other people influence me about that, like, to an extreme level, and I don't care anymore. I could care less if people think I'm obnoxious or I'm loud or I talk too much, because there's so many beautiful things about my personality, and there's so many beautiful things about your personality. What makes you, you. So don't let people fucking tell you that you're too much of something, because there's no too much. Like, what I use in, like, simple terms, I'm like, I talk a lot. I poop a lot, because I do. I'm sorry, guys. I actually do. But, like, you know what I'm trying to say. But let's get back to the idea. When I was at work, I was thinking of the idea of, everyone thinks that they're a good person, and in some scenarios, that's fine, except if you're, like, a serial killer, and you're, like, a rapist, or if you're just, like, weird, you get the gist of it. And I don't know if I should say unfortunately or fortunately, but fortunately, my favorite show is BoJack Horseman, and one of the quotes I was thinking about was from Diane, and she was saying how, this is not exact words, but it's on this wording level. It was like, there's no, like, good guys or bad guys. We're just, like, guys that we try to do more good things than do bad things. And I think that's such a perfect representation of that, because there's no definition of a good person or a bad person, because we just try to make more good decisions than make shitty decisions, because everyone makes shitty decisions. There is not one person that won't make a shitty decision in their life. And here we go. As much as I want to be, I'm going to say for this word, I am not a hero. But as much as I want to be a hero in everybody's stories, I was definitely a villain in people's stories, because of decisions I made that either I thought or I know that was good for me, and I'm a villain because of certain things that I did that were, like, there's no easy way saying that, because, like, it's very hard to admit, like, that's how everybody is. Like, I'm not going to call myself the greatest person in the world, because I also am heroes in people's stories, but I'm also villains in people's stories, and that's how everybody is. Like, there will always be someone that does you wrong, and it's so messed up for me to say, but there will always be someone. Like, there is no perfect world where someone doesn't mess with your feelings, and I'm sorry to say that. But there's no perfect world where someone's not going to hurt you, even if it's in a small way that which you think of, or a huge way in which you think of. I say that in manners of, some small things that we could think are small could be the biggest things for people. I think it's just important to admit that oh my god, hold on. Sorry, I've been really gassy today. I don't know. Maybe it's because I had joyrides. I don't even know if like the whole thing is real, but I'm not gonna talk about joyride right now. It's good to admit that part of yourself, the part of yourself that has flaws, the part of yourself that has made mistakes. But with all of those mistakes, you will learn something valuable. With all of the mistakes that I've made in my lifetime, as of right now, I have definitely benefited and learned from it to be like, hey, let's maybe not do that anymore. Even if it took a billion different times of like, hey, maybe you shouldn't do this. Because I've definitely been a victim of being like, hey, like this is fine. Like, I'm gonna do this. And then it takes me a billion times to be like, wait, I'm trying to figure out like what I'm saying. I'm gonna use an example because without context, you won't know. I have let in I'm not gonna say shitty. I'm gonna say not the right people for me in my life. And I have definitely made the mistake of like, oh, like I'm just gonna keep them there, or I'm just gonna somehow have the same exact type of people in my life and still continue to attract these kind of people. And I had to learn the lesson of like, maybe let's take care of ourselves a little bit. Not even a little bit, like a lot of it. Like, let's take care of myself fully. Because even with your flaws and your mistakes, there's gonna be so many people that will love you for that. Friendship-wise, romantic-wise, like, universal-wise, like, so I have too much storage, but whatever. As I was saying, there's gonna be so many people that will love you, friendship-wise, romantic-wise, universally, for your flaws and for your mistakes. It's just a matter of people seeing the good in you. Something else that I've been kind of, like, OMG about is, like, my future. Not in, like, a Billie Eilish way, actually in a Billie Eilish way, but with having a job, it makes me think about my future, because, like, I'm earning money, I'm working for myself. It's not like I'm, like, working for other people. I'm working for myself. It's about to be my senior year, and I'm starting to think about what I want to do with my life, and there's so many things that I think would be good for me. I've been thinking about law a lot. Like, a lot of people say I would be a really good lawyer, but for some reason, like, I'm known to be a quitter for some things, but I need to learn not to be, and that's also something that I have learned, is to not be a quitter, because there's so many times that I don't want to go to work, but I'm just like, no, like, I need to go to work, like, I need to do this, so it's working, and it can definitely work with you, too, but learning not to do that. I want to do law. I might want to do journalism. I still love psychology so much, and I've been thinking about, like, producing music, or maybe being in a band with a certain someone, if you know who you are. Anyways, I don't know. I've just been very thinking recently. Maybe overthinking a lot. A way for me to cope at this moment is a lot of journaling, but, like, with my voice, because I am a very talkative person. It's very hard for me to, like, write down all my things when I have this little voice. So, yeah. It, like, makes me be like, what could for my future, I could provide for me, but I could also provide for a family, so I need to think about what I'm passionate about and what will, this sounds so wrong, but almost help me survive, because there's so many things that I love, because maybe you can relate to this too, but there's this career that I just want so bad, but I just know that I can't do it, because I wouldn't be able to provide as much as I want for myself, and even for a family or another person. is being a history teacher. It's literally giving he's stable, like everything else I just said. You are deep. Even though I'm passionate about both of those things. I've been a history freaking nerd since I have been born. I think mostly every person that knows me knows about this, if they're close with me, of course. I love history. It's my favorite class. I'm so interested about it, especially World War II and stuff like low-key. When I was in world history last year, it was so intriguing to learn about the Russian Revolution and the French Revolution. It was just so intriguing, and it like kills me that I can't be a history teacher, that I have a whole Pinterest board of romanticizing a life that could have been. And that's also definitely something that can happen with people, is romanticizing lives that you could have had. Yeah. It hurts a lot. It hurts a lot to think about one of my greatest passions is something that could not even be financially stable, at least for me, for my own standards, is I want a lot of money. I think everybody wants a lot of money, and unfortunately, I won't do that as much as I want to. And like, I will join as much history clubs as I will in high school and in college, because I don't know. I'm a very observant person, and I remember everything. And as much as it's a blessing, it's also a curse, because it makes me look very weird for noticing things that other people don't. And a lot of other people are like, oh my god, it's great. I think it's great. That's my opinion. I think it's great because in like the nicest way possible, I want people to notice things like that about me. Like, imagine having someone remember what fucking bracelet you wore. Why am I about to cry? Imagine someone remembering what bracelet you wore the other day, and it can be the most like niche or small thing, but it's so beautiful how someone pays attention. Not even like on purpose. Why am I like talking about myself like this? Oh my god, this is weird. But like that's how I am. I'm observant. I was at work with all my co-workers, and we were talking about, oh, whose sock is this? Because someone's sock was on the floor. And my friend was like, that's not my sock. And I was like, I know, you're wearing hot pink socks. And I literally felt like I was not staring at your socks because I like feet. I just noticed it. Like, I also noticed that someone had this interesting Boom Chicka Boom popcorn today at work. Like, I don't even care about freaking popcorn. I just noticed it. Maybe other people can relate too. I hope this video is giving a sense of like comfort, in a sense of like, whoa, like I relate. That's my immediate goal. This is not a video about me talking about myself, I promise. It is and it isn't. I'm just trying to talk about the things that could be so small but are so big for me, because it's making me learn such valuable lessons. And especially the game of life is strange. It's gonna sound very stupid that I cared this much about a video game, but I have never really experienced death in my life, ever. Knock on wood. Because I know it's inevitable, and even though it is the worst fear of my entire life, kind of crazy that I'm saying this to people that could be watching from my own school, but death is something that is so, and has always been so scary to me, because it's like the thought of not waking up and the thought of just not being there. And I've done a lot of things to kind of cope with that feeling of leaning towards spirituality, not because I'm like trying to find a sense of like I need to heal. It's like because I've always wanted to as well. That's something I've always wanted to do, and I'm starting to do that more. But anyways, Life is Strange, all the games, it's all about grief in some way, and I felt so much heavy grief for these characters because I started to really love them and understand them. Like my girl Max, my girl Chloe, my girl Rachel, my girl Alex, my girl Sean, my girl Daniel, like my girls, everyone. And it just taught me so much that it sounds so stupid, but it's like, Yeah, a video game taught me something. Yeah, my favorite TV show is my favorite TV show because I have learned the most that I ever have when I was a freshman in high school. And that's kind of crazy to say because that was 3 years ago. That was 3 years ago. And I have also learned the lesson that it is so hard to find genuine people. And I'm so grateful for the people that are super genuine in my life, and it makes me feel a sense of makes me feel different from people because it's like some people are just pick me, and that's perfectly okay. Honestly, like I've come to accept it. Like different types of people are different types of people, you know? I've come to accept that I will feel different from people because I care about things a lot, and I try to be the most genuine with people that I possibly can be, even if I know you on a very biased level. I always try to be deep with some way because I just love it so much. Like I have always been intrigued by people. Again, my observant, my curious mind, and like as much as I hate it, I know that it's beautiful, and I know that great people will love me for who I am. Why am I gonna cry in a YouTube video? I'm also one of the most impatient people in the world, and it feels so, like, it feels almost like a punishment that I have to wait so long for different people to come into my lives to show me new and beautiful things. But for everybody, it will be so worth it, and it's so worth it to be comfortable with yourself, and it's so worth it to share this level of vulnerability. Even if like you don't know me at all, I'm glad I'm showing you this vulnerability because I would want you to be comfortable doing that with yourself too. This is one of the last things I'm going to be talking about, but to people that have hurt me, I'm kind of at peace with it, and it's very hard to say that because some days I could still be so mad about something, but I have made 99.9% peace with it because you know what I mean. Like, again, people are meant to come into our lives for different reasons and to show you different things and to be great blessings in your life through whatever form, through being the greatest thing or being your biggest heartbreak or being anything. I've come to peace with those people because those people just weren't meant to be there, and their actions showed that they weren't meant to be in my life, and the mistakes that I made with some of these people was because they just weren't meant to be there, and I didn't know what to do to really get out of it. They are going to be so great for people that relate to them, which I related to those people in different levels, but in the manner of they will be good for other people, and it's going to be beautiful for them, and I will be so happy for them once they have that, because as much as people hurt me, I believe that they deserve great things too. I believe everyone deserves great things, not that like, oh, just because you hurt me, you're such a bad person. Like, okay, maybe some mistakes were more extreme than others, but I don't think that you don't deserve anything. Just, you don't deserve a place in my life. That's all I'm saying. You deserve everything else, just not me. Growing up is so scary. One of the most scariest things I've ever done. And also another fear is growing up because it's so much, as much as it's so much responsibility, it's more thinking than I've ever done in my life. And I'm honestly so grateful for it because, again, I just but it's scary, and it's scary to think of the unknown, and scary to think about the future, and scary to think about how to provide for a family, and scary to think about death, and scary to think about who's going to be in your life next year. Like, it's all so scary, but it's all with having a positive outcome, like, genuinely. Like, again, so cliche, but it really does matter, because I used to have such a very negative output on everything. And I still catch myself sometimes being like, oh my God. But it's, again, it's like that, like 95% of positivity, because I'm not a perfect person. There's still gonna be some negativity there. But more of the story, that outweighing the negative, because once you live with a negative mind for your life, that's all you're gonna get. And that's something I realized, is that with having that mindset, that's all you're gonna get sometimes. Not all the time, because you can definitely still be happy, but when I was at war in my mind, I would just get more war. And now I'm like at a, let's keep it here. We're done with the war. We're at the Great Depression, but like not depression. We're just like, no, that's such a bad, like, let's think of like World War II, and I'm like, after like everything. Okay, like that period of time where I'm like not in the Cold War, but just think of that for a really long time. Again, I hope this video brought a sense of comfortability rather than me looking selfish, because the last thing I would want to do is make a YouTube video and make myself look selfish for talking about things. But I believe that talking about things that are scary to other people will not only benefit me, but benefit other people that are watching. So I really hope you enjoyed. And if there is anything that you want me to cover about or talk about or anything, let me know. Like, you can comment on this video, or if you're like, hey, Nevaeh, like, can you do this? Text me about it. Like, I will answer. I probably won't put silly images on this video because I really want this video to be out, and I haven't posted it a long time. So I will do it that next time. And it was really good chatting with you guys. Bye.